Good day, everyone. We are here to discuss performance and performativity, two important ideas that shows how language, culture, and society works together. Hi, everyone. I will be discussing two of the four key relationships from our lesson, language as action and culture and society, and how these ideas connect to performance and performativity. These concepts show how communication and human behavior works together to build the world we live in. Let's start with the idea that language as an action. That means when we speak, we're not just expressing our ideas. Hence, we are doing something through our words. According to J.L. Austin, some sentences don't just describe things, they also perform actions. And these are called speech acts or performative utterances. Next, let's talk about culture and society. These two always go together because they shape each other. Culture is a set of beliefs, values, and behavior that people share. On the other hand, society is the people who live out those cultural rules and organize themselves around them. Culture gives meaning to life, and society puts that meaning into life.
Identity. Identity is what makes each person unique. It includes your name, culture, personality, beliefs, experiences, and the things you value in life. Your identity helps you understand who you are and how you relate to others. It can be shaped by many factors such as your family, community, education, and environment. For example, being a student, a friend, or a member of a certain culture are all parts of your identity. Expression, on the other hand, is how you show your identity to the world. It is the way you communicate who you are through your words, tone, body language, clothing, art, or even the way you interact with people. Expression allows others to see a glimpse of your personality and beliefs. For instance, the way you speak politely, dress confidently, or share your opinions are all forms of expressing yourself. Identity and expressions are connected because your expression is a reflection of your identity. The way you express yourself show others what kind of person you are and what matters to you. At the same time, how you express yourself can also shape your identity. The more you explore and express your thoughts, the more you discover about who you truly are. In short, identity is who you are and expression is how you show it.
In today's world, performance and performativity are everywhere, especially online. Think of an influencer, their videos, hashtags, and captions are a performance of identity. For example, you will ask your friend is what are their morning motivation, or you will posting a good vibes only, commenting hearts. These actions and words create an image of who they are. That's a performative of identity.
What is performativity? No, performativity is a bit deeper. It's when language itself performs an action and creates reality. According to philosopher G.L. Austin, when we say something like, I promise or I declare, we are not describing, but we are doing something. Like for example, Max, I promise that I will help you with your report.
You made a promise, and that's an action through words.
Exactly. That is performative.
Performance means by doing or acting. It is how we express ourselves through behavior. It happens when we act, speak, or interact based on cultural and social interactions. Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Wow, Monica is being polite today.
So see, even greetings are performances. We act according to what is expected in our culture.
So So now we'll be talking about language, society, and culture and how they are deeply connected.
Language is not just a tool for communication. It's our reflections of who we are, where we came from, and what we believe in. Through language, we express our culture. The song we sing, the stories we can tell, even the greetings we use. That's what we call cultural expression, the way people show their beliefs, traditions, and identity through art, speech, and everyday practices. But language does more than express our culture. It also performs the identity and power. Exactly, that's performativity. It's how our words and actions reflect who we are and the roles we play in society. For example, when a teacher says, "Class, you may begin," or even when a judge declares, "You are guilty," it performs an action and shows authority. In the same way, our accents, dialect, or choice of words can show our identity, where we belong, and the kind of power or privilege we have. That's why we say language shapes social reality. It just doesn't describe the world, it also helps to create it. It can build bridges between cultures or create barriers of misunderstanding. So, as members of society, we must use languages responsibly to express our culture, affirm identity, and promote equality. Because in the end, language is power. It's not just how we say it, it's how the world we shape with our voice.
In gender interactions, one real-world example is in the workplace communication. Like for example, in some offices, male employees may dominate meetings while female employees' ideas are overlooked until repeated by men. Next is in the political speeches. One real-world example is the Ferdinand Marcos, "The nation can be great again," in the 1965 Philippines. So one example of this is a campaign speech that appealed to nationalism and promised reform and progress for the country.
In gender expressions, one real-world example is fashion choices. For example, many young people today wear gender-neutral clothing, such as oversized t-shirts or unisex streetwear. While in social media performances, one real-life example is TikTok trends. For example, users perform dances or skits that explore masculinity, femininity, or gender transitions. When we speak kindly, perform respect, or express confidence, we're not just acting, we're creating reality.
And now let's move on to the different theoretical anchors that will help us understand more about performance and performativity. So let's house first the speech act theory by Gr2 Austin. Austin said that language is an action. When we speak, we don't just say the word, we actually do the things. For example, when you say, "I promise," or "I apologize," you don't only talking, but also expressing in action through your words. According to Gr2 Austin, there are three types of utterance: the locutionary act, illocutionary act, and pre-locutionary act. When we say locutionary act, it is the exact statement that you say. Pre-locutionary act is the effect of what you are saying, where illocutionary act is your intention and purpose. Now let's move on to the second one, which is the speech act by John Searle. Searle continued the idea of Austin theory and explained that every time we speak, we perform different types of action. He identified categories such as assertives, stating facts, directives, giving orders or requests, commissive or promising, and expressive, showing feelings and emotion. This means communication is a social performance where we express ourselves depending on the situation and its context.
And the third one is gender as performance by Judith Butler. So Butler extended the idea of performativity, gender, and identity. She argued that gender is not something we naturally are, but something we continuously perform through language, behavior, and expression. For example, the way we talk, dress, or act shows our gender role. These repeated performances make gender appear natural, even though it is socially created. What it matters. Language is equal to power. Identity through performance, cultural understanding, everyday performance shapes society.
Our words do more than express.
Language, culture, society.
They performs reality. We perform every day.
All connected through action.
Every word carries power.
Every act is a message.
Together, we shape who we are.
Performance and performativity. We act who we are.